What up? It's your boy LJay Brown.
And I'm no nickname core.
Do you know this your boy D.I.E.?
And this is the Kickback, man. Live and direct each and every morning, man. What's up, fella?
What's goody? What's goody? Another week?
All good?
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm just happy to be up here with the fellas.
Little gloomy, rainy day, but we good.
Yeah, we're going to make it work. Man. What y'all do this weekend, though?
Actually, I had date night Friday night. You know, my wife and I. What we do though? We went out and had dinner at we had dinner at Cheesecake,
Okay.
and we went and had a drink at this Top Golf on the way home to stop home. I won't quite
Stop
on my
by
level
there,
yet. I just stopped at
So I
Top
had to
Golf.
get one more.
Yeah, had to go pick
Had to
up
get one more.
two more real quick before I head home. You know what I'm saying? We had a babysitter, so the
Yeah,
date was just starting. You know what I'm saying? We were headed home, but
We had to get a few
rushing
more.
home.
Let me go get a few
I
more.
was headed home, but our
Let me go get
date
a
was
few more.
just beginning. She didn't even
Let
know
me-
that, though.
Let me go ahead and get a few more.
She didn't know.
That's lit.
Did
What
y'all
do
get some
say?
cheesecake or no? Y'all skipped the cheesecake.
Oh nah, I mean we had dinner, but save dessert for at home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but anyway, Friday was a good night.
Yeah.
I did something Saturday too. I can't remember what I do Saturday. I went to Williamsburg. Just spent a little time with the old lady one more time.
Okay.
Just spent a little time
I
in
like
little
Williamsburg.
weekend.
Couple hours. I
like
mean,
that.
I done had the kids with us, so
Yeah, I had a
just
nice
took
little
advantage of that.
weekend.
And I worked Sunday, and yesterday was rainy. I just laid around the bed all day.
It wasn't been kind of rainy.
It's a rainy week. They say all week is gonna be
I done
crazy.
gained 5-10 pounds in the last
nah,
3-4 days.
No,
You know what I'm saying? I can see it. It's like see it in my stomach for real, though, but it's all good.
Standing
though.
in the mirror like, oh man, let me suck this.
I'm a little slim though, so like ain't gonna be-
Yeah, you can.
I need
stand-
about a
you
week
can
or
stand
two,
a
and
few.
I'm right back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't do nothing this
What y'all
weekend, man.
doing?
I didn't
Yeah,
do.
what
I didn't
y'all
do.
get
I
into?
didn't do nothing this weekend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Saturday I went to the Penn, went to the Mount Penn. Shout out Pastor Alvin.
Oh,
Them
yeah.
over there celebrated
Happy
5
anniversary.
years.
Well, anniversary.
Yeah, definitely. I did that Saturday night. But
Congrats.
other than that, man, I was chill mode all weekend, bruh.
Yeah. I was
didn't
straight
do much.
crabs
Wasn't
and
make
date
you
night.
do that, though.
Crabs and date
I
night for
did
me.
have the crabs.
Yeah,
Crabs
had
and
the crabs
date
on
night.
Friday.
Yeah, I did have the crabs.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm about to
yeah.
say
Yeah.
like I was going. Someone said you mean crabs a date? Like how was that?
No, I had crabs on
Oh,
Friday.
you mean like blue crabs?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to say
yeah.
like what the world?
Yeah, I did have a crab. I knocked them boys out
Knocked
dolo.
them
so they
real
good.
dolo, yeah.
I knocked-
I skipped my week.
I
Okay,
knocked them
I'm
boys. So
gonna
that-
catch
that-
back up.
That is what I did Friday. I just came home, cracked them
Cracked them
boys.
joints.
yeah.
Dolo?
And they were
Oh, man,
legit
like, that's
too.
the best time to do that too.
Dolo.
Oh man, you gotta share.
Man, went up in the man cave.
That's
Oh
it.
man,
That's
you
all
said
she
that.
wrote.
Oh wow,
That's all she
in
wrote.
front of the
Man.
big screen.
Good.
It didn't move.
Didn't move. You know what I'm saying?
that
Knocked the
dude
boys
sound like a
out.
good
Whole
old time.
dozen of them jump.
And then Saturday I went bowling. Date night, little date night.
Where y'all go to?
The Signet.
Oh, y'all can't
Okay.
hear.
Yeah,
Word,
little Signet.
word.
Signet bowling.
Oh, man,
Tell
that's
us
probably a little romantic.
Tell us about Signet a little bit.
I mean, Signet is a beautiful place to be at. You know,
Mhm.
it's,
What is
it's very,
Signet?
it's very what's the word when
the ambiance.
the ambiance is nice, but I'm saying like when
Ambiance.
you with your lady and y'all by yourself is like very intimate. There we go. It's
Intimate.
it's an intimate place to be.
intimate.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
was
Yeah,
way- I
it's
was
good.
like, I
Good,
don't
good.
know.
Yeah, it's very intimate, because
Okay.
you're bowling and y'all really focused on each other, and it's like no distractions.
It's just you
around.
and her
Just
here
you
alone,
and her.
dolo.
It's just
Just
you
you
know,
and her. Even
may-
if it's-
even
Even if some other people in
even if
here,
there's other people in
y'all
here, it's still
y'all can be locked in.
it's very locked in. Like
Mm.
so
I
it's
might
a great
try
place.
that this weekend. Next
Yeah,
weekend,
it's
please.
a great place to come to enjoy. You got plenty of screens to look around. Y'all can sit down in the cut somewhere and go
Get you
watch a
something good
movie.
to eat.
Yeah, always get something good to eat over
Yeah.
here with Miss Cheryl. So
Okay.
Signet
okay.
is a great place to be, and you can
Tell them the address, please.
884 Bells
said,
Mill Road.
Yeah.
Catch us on the right side if you're coming off of Cedar, but if you're coming through TCC side, it's gonna be on your left.
Yeah. Come through and check
Come
that
through.
out, man. That sound like y'all had some good weekends, man. Y'all had some good weekends.
Yeah,
sound
for
like, man. Yeah,
Yeah, man, back to life, back to reality. You know what I'm saying? We back in the office. You know what? I ain't gonna say that because I got a good reality. You know what I'm saying? It can get a lot worse, but anyway, I'm back to my job. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
Nah,
I'm blessed.
it's good when you can come home from vacation or something like that and like you ain't mad.
No.
Well, I would say mad.
Mad to come back to work.
I ain't
No,
mad.
No, but you ain't anxious to get back in either.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just be real.
I ain't
though.
never,
like,
I ain't never mad to come at home.
Back to
No,
work.
you
again.
right.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
never have I ever
I
said
ain't
that.
never mad like, man, I gotta go home tomorrow. No, I don't mind going home. You know
I don't
what I'm
mind coming to
saying?
the
I'm alright, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm
I
good.
agree.
Oh man,
What you got for us, L? Because you said, "Oh man," so that means you got something for us.
Yeah, well, normally we keep it real lighthearted, and this is a lighthearted subject.
Okay.
as
There you
well.
go.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
What we talking about today,
It's
man?
a lighthearted subject as well, but normally we get on here, we like to play around.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, I understand.
Well, I mean, it's our show, so we can
Yeah,
do whatever
like
we
to,
want to do.
We
So.
like to play around and just talk about whatever we feel like talking
Kick the
about.
breeze.
you
Man,
know.
you still set us up, man. Like, where we going today, man? Like, damn, I'm getting a little nervous, man.
Today,
You know what I'm saying?
today, let's take them to church a little bit.
Oh,
Well?
wow.
We about to take them to well.
I ain't got no preaching for it.
Tune it up. But I ain't got one either. I try. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about church? How do you feel about church? Like just the state of the church. Where you think the church at? Like not our church per se.
Mhm.
I mean, if you just want to use that as an example for something, but just the church as a whole, the church in general, the church. How do you feel about church? Where you think we at?
That's
Where you
a
think
real
we
blanket
where you
question,
think
though.
It is, but that's the purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you feel about it. Where you think it's at? How you think it need to change? Should it change?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it general right now, and then we'll continue to narrow it down. But just
Okay.
as an opening question, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel personally about the church?
I mean, honestly,
scared to talk.
I feel like churches don't need to stay in the same. Like they have to change with the people
Change with the people.
or the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm
the time
saying?
or the people?
Both.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just
Explain a little bit.
you can't still be, that little church that, like Bishop say, you can't be walking down the aisle doing communion. I mean, putting your tithes in, doing the little line, clapping with the white hands. Like, I mean, we not in there
Clapping with the white hands.
with the white gloves.
It means gloves, guys.
Not actually white skin hands. Like,
I'm just saying, like, you can't be still in those times. You gotta like really switch it up and try to preach the word a different way as the world changes. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to preach the word to the people, but in a different way, in a new age, in a millennial age, or just a new way. You can't just still, preach the same things and do the same things. Still got the same bathroom from 1988, toilet in that little corner. Like, you remember them churches, bro? You ain't never been in churches.
Yo,
like,
I remember.
Godly, we can't read that. Like, we can't get a new bathroom in this J. No, and I'm just standing up and it's a corner. But I mean, we have came a long way. I can't take that away from churches that were back in the times. You know, I can't take that away because that's how it was. But it's 2018 now. I just feel like church should just
So you think it should grow with the people and the times.
and the times.
I guess that's a nice statement.
It's pretty good.
Like I feel like the church is finally starting just to be open. You know what I'm saying? At least I feel like in our community, I'm not a lifelong church boy,
Right.
but I do in the time that I have spent, in my walk at least, I have seen like at least the church is starting to be more open. Where it used to be like, okay, this is the way that we've been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years. I don't even know why we're doing it, but this is why we're going to do it anyway because this is what we do. Now I just feel like it's just open for change and explanation. And I just, think that because we got younger leaders or younger leadership or at least younger people starting to walk into leadership, that's just our personality anyway. And the church going to take on that personality. You know what I'm saying?
So we in a state of. Are we in a state of change? Is that what or just a state of being open? We at least we're in a state of being
Open.
at least receptive to new ideas and.
Well, I believe like the change really just subjective, I guess, or like that could be good or bad. But I just being the fact that it's open, like that's the main thing.
Right, so
you know
we
what I'm saying?
receptive, so
At least it's receptive
to new ideas.
whether and it could be whether you see it's good or bad or not. But at least it's just open to change.
At least listen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
At least taking a second to at least hear the idea, and
hear what they gotta say.
whether or not we do it or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Exactly. So like that's how
Really
I
up to the
feel,
church.
we are, and I like that. How you
think that's-
feel?
I think that's. I would agree. I think with both of y'all. I would agree with both of those statements. I think the church is. I think the church is in a state of change. I would say it's in a state of change. I think a lot of churches now are trying. Well, you got some that ain't, but I do think a lot of churches are trying to change now.
Trying to.
Yeah, I think a lot of churches are at least trying to change. Some more than others. Which I think is good. I mean, you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be different for different churches. You know, obviously depend on where you at, the type of people you got in church already. You know, but I think as a whole, I think that's where we are as a church. I think the church in general is trying to change. You can even look at some of the leaders that's trying to, like, if you look at T.D. Jakes, like. He trying to change, you know what I'm saying?
He dressing like the old TD,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? He ain't dressing like how TD Jakes used to dress 5 years ago.
He the Migos.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think everybody in their own way is trying to change, trying to figure out what that change is, what it look like for, I guess, their ministry in particular. It's going to be different for each church, you know, but I think across the board, I think everybody's at least trying to change somewhere. Like I said, you got your few that just ain't going
to stay just
you
in
know what I'm
that lane.
saying?
Yeah.
But I think everybody's trying to change. What do y'all think, or do y'all think the church is?
Oh, we going all the way in church today.
all the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
okay.
All these questions is all these questions
all the way
all
church
these
today.
questions is about
Okay.
church. Like, we're gonna have a church segment
Okay,
today for
I might have got
for
a
some of the-
haircut if I know
for
it comes to
people-
churches.
for where, you know, you got some people, you know, that watch that, you know, they want to hear this too a little bit. You
Yeah,
know, we
they
can't
do.
just
They
get,
do.
you know,
I got you.
do you think the church is or will ever be validated? Now, by that I mean,
I'm about to say, you gotta explain that to me.
Right.
Break it down, me brother, my good brother,
my good brother.
my good brother. You gotta please explain that one for me.
It's just pretty much saying, do you think it'll ever be like to the point where people don't question the church? You know, people don't question some of the things we do. People don't question just the religion, you know, as a whole. You know how you got your people that, you know, may have went to church. Now they, you know, something happened and they don't go to church no more because such and such happened. And it might have been a legit situation. Somebody might have did something or whatever and it caused them to not go to church no more. Or you got people that never been in church, but they hear all the stories about so-and-so did this or that church did this. And, like, they like, see, that's why right there why I don't go to church.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so-and-so stealing the money or so-and-so messing with the women or deacon so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? So you right there, man. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I don't go to church, man. Y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it prevents people from really fully committing
into giving it all. Okay, I got
that's
you.
what I mean by, would the church ever be validated?
Nah.
Like, will it ever be a point where it's just 100%? You know what I'm saying? Valid, like, you can't argue against it.
I think like that's unrealistic. Just
I'm about to
because
say.
like you a church, like that don't make you immune to the regular parts of life. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's just a regular part of just anything. It's like people ain't gonna like you. People ain't gonna like the job that you living at. People ain't gonna like your wife or your kid. Like they gonna have different opinions about everything. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
have
I think.
legitimate reasons to not like you.
Well, I think
So I'm saying, like, some people just ain't gonna like you because they don't like you. Like, some people don't like you, don't even know you, never met you, don't like you. But I'm saying if you're giving people legit reasons to even have a certain, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, if trustee so and so caught stealing money, then he really stole the money. So does that now give somebody the opportunity to say, no, I don't go to church, man. Y'all supposed to be in church, man. Y'all ain't stealing money. The trustee stealing money.
Well, I mean, those things happen.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, like I said, like just because like we're a church, like we're not immune to any of those type things that you get anywhere
So
else.
what do you
Like
tell those people?
those things happen. It's just you know, one bad cop ain't all bad cops. You know, just like one bad teacher aren't like all teachers. Just you do have those bad or those cases that things are stereotypical and you know, and they are true. But you know, you got to form your own opinion. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, and church ain't immune to that. So you're like people still at church, and you know, it's bad pastors at church, it's bad people that work at church, it's bad leadership. Yeah, like that's all true. But hopefully, like you're not somewhere where those things are taking place. And if you are, like, you need to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you still there? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk bad about it. Like, get out of there.
I mean, I can agree with Jude. You know, I definitely agree with him. But I'm just saying, church will never get validated because The only thing that will be validated is God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you just going to church to, you know what I'm saying, looking for the answers into the people, you missing church.
Missing the point.
I mean, you missing the point
Missing
of
the
church.
You're missing the point of church.
Yeah,
Okay,
of
I
church.
got
You know what I'm saying? So no church can be validated, but the person that we are here for,
Why you going?
is validated, can be validated.
Okay.
To some.
To some.
Well, you gotta explain. Answer your own question.
Because you know, I done been on plenty of Facebook debates and all that about just the
You
religion.
used to do that a whole lot. Like,
Yeah.
you don't do that much anymore.
Nah, because it's like pointless.
it kind of really
It's
is.
pointless.
Yeah.
But it's one of them things where it's like, you know, you see it and then you like, I ain't gonna comment. You know what I'm saying? And then where you mess up at is you click on the comments. Now I start reading the comments.
Man, you gotta
Now
comment.
it's
You gotta
like,
say something.
I can't let this go, man.
I can't, man. I just want to just scroll by, but if I start reading them comments, I was like, man, I gotta say something.
Right. You have to.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm now to the point where sometimes I can let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like I just get by. But I done been in plenty Facebook debates where they just want to just debate the religion as a whole. You know, it's to the point now where people will, like, it used to be a time where you could say something that the Bible said, and that was it. Cause like if the Bible said,
That's it.
then it's
People
the Bible.
challenge everything, though,
Now
man.
it's to the point now where like it don't even like the Bible ain't even true.
No,
Like the Bible ain't.
No, I get like
It
that.
don't
sometimes.
matter the Bible said, cause so and so wrote the Bible,
Yeah,
and you know it's just man the Bible just something that so and so wrote, and
I was just thinking about
don't
that
matter.
the other day.
So
I
you
swear.
can't win. So now it don't matter. So now you just arguing, you just going in circles.
I understand.
Because so now then what are we going to for the proven facts? You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't gonna take the word from the Bible.
Where we going?
Where we
can't
going
argue.
to? Where we going to? You
We
know,
can't
like
argue.
what are we going to? You know,
Yeah.
like where are we going to get the facts in? So now it's just all opinionated then. Because if you don't believe the Bible, you can't quote me something out of another book. Because now I'm just gonna say, well, Robert Smith wrote that book. You expect me to believe what Robert Smith wrote in 7 best ways to,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah. Now we
but
back to
but
the
you don't
or-
want
the
to believe
original.
that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like now it's just all opinionated. It's all argumentative. And, you know, it's just ain't no point now. Because I can tell you whatever it is I feel like I know and believe. You can tell me whatever you feel like you know and believe. And it ain't no point. So that's why I was saying, you know, the point of it is God. And God, you know what I'm saying, will always be validated or whatever. Yeah, to us.
Yeah.
But there's some people out there, he ain't validated to them.
He ain't even valid.
You know what I'm saying? He
Can't
ain't
argue with
even
those
valid.
people.
Yeah.
He ain't even valid. So now it's just like, you know what? I ain't arguing with you. Because there's no point.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it make you want to feel like, you know, I'm going to try to tell him this, tell him that. Maybe I can change his mind. But if they like me, they mind ain't going to change because you ain't going to change my mind either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just,
It's like that sometimes.
it's
right?
like that.
You can't argue with everybody.
No,
man.
you can't.
It like it could ain't like
And
you
that's
be the
why I don't
fool.
do it
then.
no more. It's like, man, we just sit here. You know what? This is dumb.
I just argue.
This is dumb. Because I ain't going to
Wasted
change
25
his mind.
minutes.
I ain't going to change his mind. He made his mind up.
Can't change his mind.
And that's what I tell
he
you.
definitely ain't about to
and
change
I think
mine.
one of the last times I was doing that, I just put out like, you know what? You go ahead and believe what you can believe. I don't believe what I don't believe. And
That's it.
I hope you right in the end.
Yeah.
You
I
know
hope
what I'm
we
saying?
find
Like,
out who's right.
because there ain't nothing else to say.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So do I personally think the church will be validated? No, I don't think so. Because people going to always find a reason to, like you say, just discredit. People discredit anything. Like I said, people discredit you and don't like you and never even met you. So, and it's always going to be stuff like Corey said, the church is made up of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people ain't perfect. So
Yeah.
people going to always do something that ain't right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in church, outside of church, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? It's people. It's the same people that work at your job, it's the same people that go to church. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
everybody make mistakes, everybody do stuff. Just if they call themselves a Christian or they go to whatever church and they make a mistake, nah, you can't look at the church and say, oh man, you supposed to be a Christian
in a
and
whole, you
you
know what I
supposed to
mean?
be a Christian. You go to so and so church. Why you doing something like that? You go to church every Sunday. Well, dang, I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still a human.
I'm trying to get it right like everybody else. I'm a Christian, but that don't mean I don't do nothing.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
make no mistakes, and you know what I'm saying. So like, but people don't look at it that way, and it's, you know, unfortunately for the church, man, it's looked at as, you know, supposed to be
Perfect angels.
just perfect,
Different
don't mess
and
up. You know what I'm saying?
Immune to all the
and-
real life stuff.
Right,
You know what I mean?
and I think you are you you should carry yourself a little different. You know, like you shouldn't carry yourself the same way like how everybody else carry themselves out here. But it still don't mean that you not gonna make mistakes, and you know it happens.
Just don't be wild with your decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you want to always make the right decisions
Yeah.
or the best decisions that you can make. You know what I'm saying? But it still don't mean that you know you might make this decision turn out to be a bad decision.
Right.
You know
But that
what I'm
don't
saying?
mean
Or,
that don't mean that.
Yeah, it don't
just
mean
'cause
I'm
a Christian.
Don't mean I'm a bad Christian.
Yeah, I got.
Or
what
it don't
you're saying.
mean that the church is just terrible.
I got
Just
you.
because I made a mistake, I mean like I made a mistake.
And
You
we
want to be
learn.
mad at me? Be mad at me. Don't be mad at the whole church because I made a mistake.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just take it like just be mad at me. But no, all
And my
church
character.
ain't all church ain't bad because I made a mistake, man.
I got you.
I made a mistake. The whole every church in the world now ain't bad. 'Cause
See there?
I
I,
got you.
can't
know
go
what
to
I'm
church anymore. LJ did that, man. Oh,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? You can't,
See
you know,
there, man.
you shouldn't
Oh,
do that.
man.
Yeah, I
But
got you.
at the same time, you should or we should, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know, live the best way we can live.
Yeah.
That's what you supposed to do. That's what everybody supposed to do, whether it's church or not. That's the thing about it. But people just seem like at church, you're supposed to be like, we all supposed to live the best way, you know what I'm saying? Whether you go to church or not, you're supposed to be the best person you're supposed to be. You don't get a pass or you mess up because you don't go to church. So you mess up supposed to be all right. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it don't work
It
like
don't
that.
work like
Nah,
that.
I wish it did.
It don't work like that. Everybody, you know, be all, you know, like supposed to live right and do such and such and all that. Next question. Because we was on that one for a little
was
bit.
on that for a
You know what I'm
little
saying? I
bit.
want to move on right quick. Let me see. Which one do I want to add? I got a few on here.
He quizzing us today, Jude. He getting into
Listen,
our mental
man.
today,
Yeah, I just
Jude.
wanna-
I got
Cause-
my Bible app open. I don't know like what scripture I had to go to real quick. I don't know.
Pull up Bible apps.
I got my Bible app open. I don't know where we might go.
No,
in First
but
Corinthians.
what
I
I-
don't know where we might.
What
you
I
know
really,
mean?
what I really want to do, man, like, cause I'm trying to ask a question that I think that people would want us to ask and talk about, and then cause I want them to like kind of chime in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay.
You know, obviously the information is under us. You know how y'all can get at us, but you kind of just want to get the feedback for the people and see what they think about certain things and stuff like this. Good question. I know Corey didn't necessarily grow up in church. When you start going to church?
When I got to Virginia in 7.
7 years old, so pretty much.
So you grew up in
everything.
church.
Exactly.
That's
I think it was
about
like
at
15
5.
years old.
Yeah, you grew up in
You grew up in
church.
church.
Then.
But I
I'm
grew up
about
in
40 years old right
I
there.
grew up in
Talking
different
about,
type
I
of
was
church.
5.
Yeah. So I would say I grew up in church as well. Know what I'm saying? So the question is, do you think you could ever go to or go back to a traditional church? And why or why not? You know what I'm saying? For me personally, we started out traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, do I ever think I could go
Go
back
back.
to a traditional?
Mm.
Jubilee, you ain't never really.
Well, I seen you.
So do you think you could go
I've
to a
experienced
traditional
it.
church?
I mean, I feel like if you don't have no options.
Nah, you got options. We here where we at right now.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? Do you think you could ever go to a traditional church?
Definitely not.
Why
you know,
not?
If I had the choice, I mean, I just don't. I
Have
think
you
like
ever really been to a real
I
traditional
have, and
church?
then I ask like a lot of questions. Why they doing this? Like, why they doing that? You know, and that's why I don't want to go to like a church like that. You know, like I mean, if you can't walk in and kind of like feel at home, and I just don't feel at home at like a traditional church.
I like
They
that.
do a lot of things that like I gotta ask questions. Why the chairs on the pool? Like, not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like you gotta ask questions, and it's like, nah, I don't need all of that. Church,
You would not go
church to
because-
me, I don't want to see all of that extra.
Dog gonna say, but you would not go to a church because they got chairs in the pulpit.
Nah, but like that's not the only thing. Now, why y'all marching around? Why y'all dress so old timey? Like I don't want to do that. Like I
Why
don't
you
want to
dress so
so
old
old-timey.
timey.
I'm just saying like I don't want to do that.
What's the old timey
That's what I
dress?
said,
No,
whoa.
I ain't trying to get on nobody's
What's
bad
old-timey
side. I'm just saying
dress?
I don't want to dress. Everybody know what old timey
No,
is.
I don't know what old timey
All
is.
the men don't gotta be in wide-legged bell-bottom suits.
Okay.
Women ain't gotta be in slips and pantyhoses. You know what I'm saying?
Slips?
I'm just saying though. That's what I mean. Old timey. Like you ain't gotta be
Slip.
like that.
Oh my goodness.
And then the preacher gotta have
See
like
the
the
little silky
same
part.
tone. And,
Okay, like, I see your slip on the bottom of your jaw.
yeah, like I don't want to have to do all of that.
Hey, Mom, put your slip up,
Mom,
Mom.
put
And
that
the preacher
hey,
talking
man.
different the whole time, and just I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't think there's anything wrong with those type things. They're just not for me.
Just not for you.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't, and I think for people that didn't grow up in church, like a lot of that stuff is just it's got to be a show because like you don't know why they doing it all, and you don't, what I'm saying like that's got to be taught to you. It ain't like you can be like
So
a
you
person
think
like
old
me.
school church is a show?
No,
Or
I say if you
if you
ain't
getting
been brought up
groped
in
into
that like that, it's almost kind of
it
like
comes off as a show.
because like why they doing all of
Why
those
they doing
things.
it?
Being real theatrical.
Exactly.
I can see
exactly.
that.
It's
I
not
can
saying
see
that
that.
it is, but like that's
It comes
how
out
it
if
could
you
come
ain't-
off
if
as
you
being
ain't
like
broke
you got
like
to
that,
be
you
culture
didn't-
into
yeah,
that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
that's
What do you
just my
think,
take
Felipe?
on that.
Question is, do you think you could ever go to or go back to a traditional church?
I mean, I came from Catholic church, so
Very traditional.
Very traditional. Like I don't think I wasn't paying attention. I couldn't even pay attention to the word because it was just so many. Like it wasn't no preaching. Like when I first saw Bishop, like he was really preaching the word, like giving me like real events that happened and throwing it in with the word of the Bible. So it was like, yo,
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with what Catholic does, but they just go off, open that book, read the Psalms, give you, you know what I'm saying?
Give you what?
Do you what?
Father,
Yeah,
Son,
like I
Holy
never been to a
Spirit.
Catholic church before.
Boom, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. Like I never did that. Like
never
let me know
did
what you're
that?
saying. No,
You
like,
never-
give me that.
Yeah, I mean-
Father,
So
Son, Holy Ghost.
basically you read the Psalms. No, seriously. You read the Psalm, open your book, read the little scripture, and it's always a scripture for every day. So, boom. You read that, then after that, you go when you first walk in, you hit the water. You get some water, dip your finger in, you got to put the cross on your head right here, cross right here, and cross right here on your chest. You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
Are you telling the truth right now? Like we on TV.
No, I'm telling the truth. I used to go,
alright.
you know what I'm saying?
Don't play around.
No playing around.
Don't fool around. Don't fool around, boy.
And then just seeing, they used to, line up and drink out the same cup.
Oh, okay.
And
Communion?
Communion, yeah. You drink out
Just
the same.
pass it on down.
I like those
No,
little.
it was never
little
passing it out.
cups.
The preacher sat up there with a cloth on his hand like this in the cup, and
He poured it
and he
for
pours
you.
everybody that come in line, he
So
pours
you
you in
just
your
had your
mouth.
mouth.
Yes.
No.
I swear, bro. I swear.
Come around, here you go.
Hit
Here you
yeah,
go.
just like that. On you.
Here you go.
There you go. No, but it's a
Here you
line though.
go.
Everybody waiting in line.
Oh, so they come up to him.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
you
And
up.
then you go out of line
Alright,
and go
you
sit
up.
back down. Yeah.
All right, you up.
And then
That's
when
interesting.
You,
Like I would want to see that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't really want to like partake in that,
That's
but
what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
mind seeing that though.
So you
It's
getting pretty much
different.
an air sweet. Like
It-
you ain't really.
no, you just getting a little sweat. Ain't no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
just
a
drop it in,
Yeah,
come on
yeah.
out.
But sometimes he double up, and
Whoa.
it's crazy when people double up. Like I need more Jesus. Like, boom, double up, boom, and I'm like,
He's
yo,
playing too.
I'm
like,
not
like, I
playing.
ain't laugh.
You trying to make me laugh at that?
I'm serious. Like I was
tried
like
to
I wouldn't
make me-
mind
I am
seeing
not-
that. You
Let
know
me
what I'm
laugh at
saying?
that.
I am
ain't
not
falling
I wouldn't
for
mind
that.
seeing
I'm
that.
not falling
Like,
for
I
that.
went to
seriously
St.
though.
You know that church over there across from MacArthur?
Man,
That's
don't,
St. Mary's.
I don't say
That's
no
St.
names,
Mary's.
man. You gonna say
I
some
went
names?
there. I went there. Like I'm Catholic. Yo, like my mom.
I mean,
and
I
them is
believe you
Catholic.
went there, but I think you try to make me laugh
Yeah,
right
I
there,
ain't
and I'm
not-
not falling
I'm
for that.
messing
I'm
Yeah,
not,
I'm
bro.
not falling for that.
If you need that double up, he got you, and that's all I'm saying. But now we back, and then it's just like it's just different. They just go from the book, and they don't like give you like a real live sermon. You see what I'm saying? They don't give you like a real live events like.
So Catholics don't preach.
Nah, bro, it's straight book, straight from the book, everything from the book, and we out of there in an hour.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Out of there in an hour.
Well, what's not bad?
Being out of there in an hour.
But that get no sermon though. I mean, you can read the Bible, the
They
2-3
giving-
scriptures.
They
No,
give you a sermon. They just not preaching it to you like how Baptists.
Is they
and
talking
every
to you,
other
or they're
sermon-
straight reading the like the
Literally
scripture and
just
that's
reading
it?
The book, and that's it.
That
G.
might be what he put together. They're like some preachers
yeah.
right now just gonna type their stuff out. And they ain't gonna never look at you. They just gonna read. They stuck like Bishop just, you know what I mean, can freak it.
Oh,
Okay.
A lot of preachers
Yeah,
don't like
yeah,
got
yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
like it's a manuscript.
Well, that's what.
That's probably what he doing.
That's
so
the-
it's just probably a different. Like he
That's
giving
traditional.
He giving you a sermon, but he ain't.
He ain't freaking
You
it.
see what I'm saying? He
I
ain't
got
giving
you.
it to you kind of like, oh, like Bishop just had a
Off
couple
the top.
notes down.
He
He
gonna-
jumping. He
Yeah,
gonna,
but
he
either
gonna
way,
let it rip.
from top to bottom, from the rooter to the tutor, is 1 hour.
It's
One
1
hour.
hour. That's what I'm
Announcements,
saying.
praise and worship, the flag
That
team,
ain't
dance
bad. That ain't
team,
bad.
Like
preaching,
hour.
benediction,
bad.
offering,
Done.
all that in an hour.
Done.
In and out.
And they
wouldn't
don't
mind
even.
trying
And
the
they
Catholic
don't,
church out though.
That
and they
ain't
don't
bad.
even. They don't even do like offering. They just. It's a envelope box. And once you walk
And
in,
then On the
way in and the way
you
out.
Put it
just
in
your
on the way out.
On your
Yeah,
way
I
out.
heard
So
that.
it's at a moment at
I heard
all.
that.
Like
No
they taking
moment
no
at all.
time on that right
The only
there.
moment they give you is communion. Boom.
See, he want to keep doing that.
And
See, he want to keep doing it. So they give you communion every week.
every week, G.
You get communion every week.
Every week, G. Every week.
Do they use real wine?
I don't know. I just see the glass.
You know,
jank.
we use grape juice.
That's what I'm saying. I see the glass. It's a glass jar, and when he empties out, they gotta come refill it. I promise you.
The hour sounds good.
I'm real cultural though. I mean, like I wouldn't mind just going to like a Muslim church, a Catholic church. Not really trying it out, but just seeing it. Now I won't say trying it out. I want to try out other religions. I just want to just like
I went to the
see
mosque.
how they do.
When we went to Dubai, I went to the mosque.
Yeah, and just like it's interesting.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just cultural. Not saying that you want to believe in change that stuff.
Put the little John on.
Yeah, I would do all of that.
Like the mosque is huge too.
Wow.
Gold root. Yeah,
Make you want to see heaven, right? Like it's like
it's
like I can because I seen pictures. That's what I said. I seen pictures. I can imagine what it looked like.
I got the ceiling, got the paintings, and
like who made this God? Like who made this building? Like
it's dope. It's dope. Like the mosque is dope. I would say it's dope.
So no, to answer my question, no tradition.
So you wouldn't go back to that?
Nah,
you couldn't go back to
nah.
that?
Not after seeing Bishop. Nah, I'm good.
So for you, it's all about the preaching there, or the pastor, or whatever case. It's more so than the actual church or the doings of the church, or you know what I'm saying, just more so the word.
It's everything. Like I mean, the doings of the church as well. It's like they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just. It's like you said, you want to feel at home. You want to feel welcome.
Yeah, I think it's a vibe, and I think that's what y'all just trying to say. Is just how you feel like when you enter the church, or do you feel welcome? Or
nothing is right or wrong about either one of my own.
No, definitely not. But I would say it's a definitely the vibe too. Obviously, I grew up in the church, been at the mountain since I was 5 years old,
playing the drum.
4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? The interesting thing about that journey though, like I don't feel like although I don't feel like we were a traditional church. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it was always, we was always a high energy church. We was always, you know what I'm saying, still doing different things. Of course we did the traditional thing. We did it every Sunday, every other Sunday. You had an afternoon service, which is traditional church. You had church, you're going to have the 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock service or whatever the case may be. You did communion with the white gloves, and you had the deacon sit over here, and the deaconess sit over there. Like the same traditional stuff. But I just feel like we, it was just.
It sounded like y'all had the ears, like you said at the beginning. Y'all were ready to listen. Y'all were listening and kind of wanted to change, but y'all won't.
I think maybe Bishop was the whole time trying to. I think he was just. I think he's always been into just doing new stuff or different stuff. So although we was a traditional church, I think he just always would try to implement something different or something new. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I say, we were just a high energy church. Bishop a high energy person.
Yeah, for sure.
We had Reverend Peter Man, who what I'm saying, like is well known around this area. You know what I'm saying, playing the organ and keep it like he was a high. Like he was a monster on the organ. You know what I'm saying? Even back then, you know what I'm saying. Then we had great choirs and stuff. So like we was always high energy. We weren't like your typical just. You sitting in church and it's like, oh my God, I'm ready to get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't
the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was just different. So although I think we were a traditional church, I never felt like it was a traditional church. But do I want to necessarily go back to that? Probably not after
seeing where
you know what
where
I'm
you
saying,
at now.
where we at now.
Exposure.
You know what I'm saying? It's just so much more. We do so much more, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the vibe is totally different. You come in, I like the lights and the screens and you know what I'm saying? Like I like that. It make me, you don't even feel like you in church, but it's just different. I don't want to go back to the Jubilee saying just the regular pulpit with
purple seats,
3, 4 chairs up there. Got the tall one.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Nothing's wrong with any of it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, after being exposed and seeing other things, I just like that style versus that style.
It ain't for me.
You know what I'm saying?
Exposed.
Yeah,
expose other stuff.
And
that was cool back then, but now you done seen it different. I like it this way better. You can choose that.
I'm trying to tell you, like for me, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up in church, like I don't have like the story of church was born and be honest, like we was lit even back then. Like summer program, OSS, Sister Sarah, Reverend Sarah Williams, like ran that joint, like we was lit.
I can imagine.
OSS was lit, bro. Like our summer program was like you wanted to go to some program.
Right.
It wasn't like, man, Ma, I don't want to go. Like, nah, you want to go.
You asking your parents about it.
You wanted to go.
Hey, some programs start this week,
You
Ma.
wanted
Next
to
week.
go. You know what I'm saying? Like, our some program was lit.
Yeah,
you wanted to go. You know what I'm
do.
saying? You know, and I don't know if it was just the people we had. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you had friends and family, and you know, like it was just I don't know, man. Church won't born for us back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I went like I would do that all over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would do that over again. You know what I'm saying? Like it was fun. You know, we had Robin and all them like this on the dance program. You know? Like they was all there. They came up with me from the and they'll tell you the same thing.
I can do.
It was lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I can see that.
I just wouldn't. I still would prefer to do this. Like if we would have had this, like
Still
we
would
ain't had no
choose
bowling
this.
alley. Like if I could, honestly, if I could take the same people that I grew up with and all that, and we could drop our set, like we could come up from this with the bowling alley and the gym.
I know.
Oh my
different.
god.
Oh, we'd be so
It'd be really fun.
Bruh.
Yeah. This would be the.
Oh man, we was outside playing kickball and football in the rough parking lot and all that. We ain't had it, you know what I'm saying? We thought it was lit then, man. We take them same people that we came up, man, and had all this, man.
We wouldn't
crazy,
take it for granted.
It'd be
at all.
crazy. But this is why I like church now. I want to have the bowling alleys, the gyms. Like, the traditional churches don't have this.
No.
You
The
know
best
what I'm
thing. The
saying?
best thing we had was after church you just play the drums. Like
Yeah,
what?
that's
That
it.
was it.
Or you just ran around outside, but you
Outside.
weren't supposed to be out there.
I ain't got no church stores. I'm sorry.
That was fun for
Yeah.
me. That was fun for me. Staying
Yeah.
back and playing drums. That was fun for me.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's okay. That's what
Yeah,
y'all
okay.
did.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
See what I'm
Okay, wow. Sounds fun.
But
Yeah.
to Julie's point, it's nothing wrong with either or. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I think it's a need. I think it's a need for traditional churches. I think it's a need for what you want to call it, non-traditional churches. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some people really did the traditional church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some
I
people,
still do.
that's what I said. Some
still
people,
do.
some people did the traditional church. Some people don't want all
I still
this.
do.
Some people don't. You know what I'm saying? They come to church. They don't want the lights in the screen. Like I want the lights in the screen.
I do too.
Some
I
people
like.
don't want the lights in the screen.
They
Some
just
people
want the
want just
word.
regular, old,
Yeah.
simple church. Like
You don't need all that. And we really
Right.
don't need all that.
you
You
don't
really
need
don't.
it.
You really don't.
Well,
But I just prefer it.
well, some people need it. Some people don't.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to have that to have church.
You don't have to have it, but no, you don't have to have it.
It's a
If
preference.
it just want to be a simple, you know
Like,
what I'm
we didn't have
saying?
it last year, so like you don't have to have
We
it.
had lights and stuff. We didn't have the screens.
Yeah.
But we had the lights, and then, but you still had screens. You didn't have LED screens. You got screens. See, everybody, even the traditional churches now, trying to get screens.
Screens.
See what I'm saying? Now we didn't have LED, but you had screens.
Yeah,
Everybody wants screens.
Everybody
want
wants
screens.
screen.
You don't even need.
Yeah, screens.
You can go into churches that don't need screen, but they got screens.
They got screen. They got a
You don't even need no
portable jet.
screen. Like your back pew right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody can see.
I
Why you need a
understand.
screen? Because everybody wants screens.
Yeah, you right.
So
Everybody
you know what I'm
wants
saying? It's
screens.
almost like, yeah, you don't need it, but it's kind of one of the things where it's like,
It's catchy.
you prefer it.
yeah,
Caught my eye. You
See
caught
what
my
I'm
eye with
saying?
that screen.
back pew right here. You got big. you
No,
know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
prefer the screens and the
Big old
lights and the
screen,
smoke
you know what I'm
machines.
saying?
I mean,
I
I
want
prefer all
that.
that
I
nice
want a little
loud
smoke.
sound, nice good sound system. I mean, I like all of that.
I like that. I want to be
Yeah.
loud, booming. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want the sound where it's like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? No, I want to be able to hear everything clear.
Yeah, I can do that.
You know, it's just, but like I said, some people just prefer simple church. You know what I'm saying?
Not loud,
not a
little PA
whole lot,
system,
not a whole
drums
lot
got a
going.
microphone
See what I'm
on them.
saying?
You want that sound, like that's a sound that you prefer.
Right.
Little screeching on Sunday. Little,
Right.
little
Well,
feedback.
You know that's what you want. Like
Right.
you're fine with that.
Right. But everybody don't need that. Like you say, some people just want simple church. Come in at such and such time. The preacher gonna preach. We gonna sing 1, 2 of the regular old school songs. Preacher gonna preach. We gonna
Using
shout a
all
little bit.
time,
We
God.
out of here. Once the lights and stuff close off, nobody be back at church till Sunday
Till
morning.
Sunday morning. You're right. You're right.
Saturday,
Yo.
Sunday.
You're right.
That's what it is.
Till
you know,
Wednesday,
like
Bible
that
study.
old school traditional church. Like once it's shut down, ain't nothing else going on.
Nah.
Pastor might come up there during the week, you know, to do
Yeah,
something. Or if
yeah.
y'all got a secretary or whatever, collect the mail or something like that.
Just go
Other
look at
than
the
that,
yard.
ain't no other church business going on.
And that's nothing.
Somebody
else
might
going
come
on.
out there, cut the grass,
That's it.
and we'll open up, you know what I'm saying, Sunday morning again. But that's back when just church was just
Tradition.
simple, man. It was just simple. It was just Sunday morning, Wednesday night.
I like that. A little simpleness.
And a lot of people like that. A lot of people love that.
I'm good, boss.
I want a little extra.
Nah,
I need an extra.
I need a little extra.
I need extra. I need the
Sprinkle
bowling
me
alley. I
some.
need the gym. You know what I'm saying? I need the lit New Year's Eve service.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need a lit happy hour on Thursday nights. Y'all stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
do a little plug
Yeah.
for you.
What's
Ooh.
that? What
Stay
now?
tuned for
What
that.
now? Happy hour? What now?
Yeah.
Y'all know about the happy hour, man.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
they don't know about it.
Well, nobody told them to stay tuned.
stay tuned for
It's
it.
coming.
Happy hour.
It's coming.
Like drinks and all?
Happy hour
Oh.
with the bishop. You know
Oh.
what I'm saying?
Sipping Saints.
He gonna holler.
No go.
Bishop gonna come in, holler at us for a little while, but we'll give y'all more information on that. Just stay tuned
Alright.
for happy hour on Thursday nights. You know what I'm saying? We give y'all more of it, but I need that.
I need
See what I'm
it.
saying? The traditional church don't, they ain't doing it. And
They not swerving in that lane.
And they ain't gonna go to, where we going.
Yeah, I got you on. They
I
definitely
agree.
not
See what
gonna
I'm saying?
make
The
it.
happy hour, it ain't at church, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get that correct now.
See what I'm saying? But, I need, you know what I'm saying? I need all that.
Give
You
it
know,
different things.
Yeah,
I like it.
I need all that. And like I say, for those who don't, that's fine. That's why I say I think it's a need for the traditional and the non-traditional churches, because everybody ain't gonna want to do what we do.
Mm-mm. Kirk Franklin said it the best.
Last question, then I'm done. I don't know if
Ready
y'all
for the
got anything
revolution.
else. What do y'all think makes a church grow? What do you think makes a church grow? Now we just finished talking about traditional, non-traditional, the changes, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. What do y'all think makes a church grow in your opinion?
I think like
This is our opinion now.
My
We don't know.
opinion. I think like the church should be like a business. You know what I mean? You gotta be dynamic. So just like I think it take a lot of different avenues for a church to grow. Obviously, you gotta do the church things well, but you also gotta do those business things well too. So you gotta do, as far as church things, I mean, like have dynamic preaching, nice praise and worship, competitive with how you look with with the other churches, with your product that you put out. So at the same time, you gotta be vocal in the community, be visible outside of your church, but also like do those business things right too, like invest the money that you do have, hire good staff, things like that. So I don't think it's just a gospel like answer that's gonna give you the answer to that. It's, in my opinion, it's got to go both ways. The church side and the business side gotta be booming.
Got to.
Great answer.
I mean, that's a good answer.
Great answer.
I would say just
Pretty much hit on everything.
he did. I would say
I mean, that's just
a good vision. First of all, you need a good vision because and you just need the
who cast a vision?
the
you say
leader.
cast
Oh,
a
okay.
vision.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I said, man, we were talking about it takes vision.
I
and
mean,
all that. I hear you, Flea.
What's the question again? What does it take?
What does it take to make the church grow,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your opinion?
In my opinion,
Good
good vision.
Good vision,
Good
okay.
vision. You got to see what you
That's a
what
great
you
answer.
want to grow,
Uh-huh.
and then after you see what you want to grow, you need the doers, the people that's gonna help you do or help you make your church grow.
Man, that's a good answer, man.
Thanks. I'm growing. I'm trying to grow up.
You
A
are
little
growing.
bit.
Like you like kind of led right in.
Thanks, man. Like I'm trying to grow up.
You
a little
led
bit,
in
man.
exactly what I was gonna say. Like that's all. Like that's a good answer. You finished?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
That
Like-
boy Bud. What's that
Yeah,
Bud?
that boy good.
That boy good. That boy can sing.
good. Nah, that was a good answer, and it really was a good answer because I was gonna say the same thing. I think, first and foremost, it starts. I think personally with the leader. It really do start with the leader. You gotta have a good leader. If you ain't got no good leader, your stuff ain't gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? So like your leader gotta be good. Then I agree with you. The people that you have in the church make a big difference.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got people that's willing to, you know what I'm saying, sacrifice their time and even like you say support the leader's vision and help carry it out and do the things that need to be done, you ain't gonna grow either. You know what I'm saying? And I think for us at the Mount, like we always had good people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got to. You know what I'm saying? Even from back in the day to now, you had to have them people that, like I say, support the pastor, man, with his vision, and like they gotta catch the vision and be able to see where he going with it and actually put the muscle to it, you know what I'm saying, and get things done. If you don't, it's gonna be hard to grow. It's gonna be hard because the pastor can't do everything.
You need a team.
You know what I'm saying? And, in my mind right now, I'm just thinking about all the different ministry leaders that we have, and you know what I'm saying, like they play a very intricate role in getting things done. You know what I'm saying? And because if if you don't have them volunteers, man, the people in your church it's gonna be tough to grow. Alongside of that, which I think that is a very important part. But alongside of that, man, what Jubilee was saying, like, you got to do the business stuff well too. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in the communities. I agree, and the church got to get in the community, but the pastor got to get in the community too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely got to do church community activities, and where the whole church is visible, and giving back and all that kind of stuff. Like, you got to do a lot of that, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of times get people introduced to your church that may not have known who y'all was. You know what I'm saying? Y'all at the pot, or y'all giving out this or giving out that. Like, what church is this? I ain't never heard of y'all before. By the by, like, then they might come. You know what I'm saying? Just because you was out there. You know what I'm saying? But, man, the pastor got to get out there in the community too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to be known for more than just being a pastor.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Just behind that mic.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a preacher in the city and just be a preacher in the city. You know what I'm saying? But if you do a little more, if you know what I'm saying, make yourself known, and like we saying, get out there in the community and let people see who you are, let people see you doing things, like see you doing things in the community, not just the church and the volunteer, like let people see you doing things.
Picking
out
up that
there.
Bike, putting it in the I know what you're saying.
All that kind of stuff helps, man. It helps go to church. Like, it helps people see how relatable you are. They get to kind of see your personality. They get to see you outside of church, just in the pulpit preaching to me. I think people value that.
That's super important.
Yeah, I think people.
at least in my opinion.
I really think people value that. Just kind of feeling like they know they pastor a little bit outside of the church. You know what I'm saying? But I think those are all great answers. You know what I'm saying? I think we hit them pretty good with the church talk.
Today.
You know what I'm saying? We kind of gave y'all a full episode on this today. You know what I'm saying? So, but seriously, man, these is just a couple questions. I'm gonna read a couple more. We're not gonna answer them on here, but I just want y'all to have all the questions. And then, like, I do want y'all to hit us up, man. Any of us, hit us up, with the feedback. Let me know the answers that y'all have to the question. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 of them. And we didn't do all of them today, but I'm going to read all 5 of them. How y'all feel about the church, not any church in particular. Don't be texting us about no one church.
Let me tell you about Ebenezer Baptist Nickel.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know about your church in particular, or your pastor, or nothing like that. We ain't trying to put nobody on blast. You know what I'm saying? Just let us know how y'all feel about the church as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide. Do you think church is or will ever be validated? You know what I'm saying? Number 3, why doesn't church change in your opinion? I don't think I asked that one to y'all. Why doesn't church change? So just y'all opinion on why y'all think church just stays stagnant, don't never change. Got building funds, don't never get changed on the building.
Ouch! Don't hurt them like before we go home. Now, like
I put my head.
Don't hurt them before we get ready to say bye.
No, I'm just reading the questions.
10 years.
These are the questions. I'm just running down the list of the questions. Okay. Y'all made me lose my why doesn't church change in your opinion? So just let me know where, because we had a guy come here the other day. He told us. Society changes every 3 years. The church changes every 30 years. So, why is that? Pretty much. That's what I'm asking. Why don't we change? The world constantly changing. We want to stay the same, do the same stuff all the time. Why do we do that? Do you think you could ever go to or go back to a traditional church? If you're in a non-traditional church now, some of y'all might be in traditional churches. If you are, let us know all the pros that you think come with being a traditional church. Let us know all the cons. Same thing with those that go to non-traditional churches. Let us know. Last question was, what do you think makes a church grow? You know what I'm saying? And if y'all send it in, man, we're going to answer these questions next week. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to, let people know y'all answers as well. Y'all don't got to sit here and listen to all our answers, man. We don't know all the right answers. Just like I say, in our opinion. That's all it is. It's just our opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we want to hear what y'all got to say too, man. So y'all hit us up, man, and let us know what y'all think, man. Y'all got anything else for today, man? Y'all got any non-church topics we want? Did Melo go to the Rockets?
Well, it's not official yet because
he got a clear wave.
Yeah, he got clear wave from the Hawks, but it sounds like he going to the Rockets.
Like he going to the Rockets.
Yeah, it could be crazy. Sorry, LA. You just lost one.
We'll talk about that next
Yeah,
week, man.
next
been
video
going-
episode.
We've been going for a little while. I ain't gonna,
Get him.
Melo will be he'll be an asset, man. I don't know if he's a one-on-one player. And Houston is a one-on-one team. Chris Paul go one-on-one all the time. James Harden go one-on-one all the time.
We gonna see.
We gonna see.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. I hope they at least beat Golden State.
They gonna have to.
I hope they do.
With Chris Paul ain't no better point guard in the league right now than Chris Paul. And I'm gonna just throw that out there. And I'm gonna end on that.
Oh, I guess so then.
Yeah, I guess we ending on that then. I'm your boy LJay Brown.
And I'm no nickname Corey.
You know this is your boy D.I.E.
And this is the Kickback, man. Live and direct each and every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Wake up.